Okay. All right, Danish.
Yes.
First question.
Yep.
What does mental health mean to you?
All right. I would say that if I were to put it in one way, if my mental health were to get affected, so would everything else. As in the way I act, the way I interact with, the way I interact with people, my, how do I say it?
Your psyche, your personality,
Yes, like
your whole well-being.
Yes, my whole well-being would change for a certain period of time. As long as it's affected, I would feel that way.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. When were you exposed to mental health awareness, and like when do you start to realize that you actually have, some of these issues, and like how was it like for you to open up, and who do you open up to? And
well, I was probably 14-ish.
So 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years
So
ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had some problems. I started realizing that I would get pretty nervous pretty often if I'm around a lot of people.
Right.
So my anxiety would go up. Yeah, crowds. Things like that, which would eventually lead me to where I am now, which is shit. Okay, should I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You can rewatch this, and then like if it's too much, or like if it's information you don't want to share, I'll cut it out.
Oh, okay.
But like if not, just.
I mean, I feel like at that point when I was 14, me not opening up sooner or seeking help sooner led me into a different path, because I feel like if I had opened up sooner, it would have been probably better. Yeah, but since I kept it bottled up for a while,
what are some of the factors that like made you want to keep it inside, and suddenly one day you were like, you know what, I'm going to go talk about this?
I feel like at that moment I felt like things would change. Like I was surrounding, just normal conversations with my parents, my siblings. I guess that's the whole anxiety thing. Like people look at me differently.
Yeah.
So on.
Like a stigma.
Yeah.
Right. How comfortable were you with opening up to like your intimate circles, like your sister or your family?
It was
Do
actually
you guys talk about it a lot?
With my family, yeah. Previously, no. I started talking to my friends first.
Yeah.
And then after, I addressed the issue and I worked on it, I started opening up, I guess, to my brothers and sisters, it's my family. But it wasn't really that kind of relationship. It was more like we would open up and then everyone would just open up. It's just like a normal thing. It wasn't really something
you had to bring up.
Yeah, it wasn't really something I had to bring up. But at the same time, if it's not like the inner circle of my family, if it's not like my immediate family like my brother, my uncle, or anything, I feel like expressing myself would be a bit harder. Yeah. It's not really a casual thing with them because they're more, I would say, they're from like a rural place.
They're not as open to the idea.
Yeah.
Right. Were you? This is gonna be quite personal. Were you ever insulted whenever you opened up about it, or like was there like negative, was there whiplash? Was there negative feedback?
Thankfully, no, not really. I feel like the people that I've opened up to have been very, very kind, very nice, very understanding.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you think, since you have gone through this, right? Let's say another person was to go through this. How would you give advice to that person to seek help, to open up, to maybe talk to their family members or seek professional help? What words do you have for them?
It's gonna take a sec.
Because I'm sure it wasn't easy to open up, right?
I guess, it wasn't, but I guess, the longer you wait, You know, the problem will worsen with time. So if you don't, I mean, it's not like you have to, but there will come like a time where you want to tell somebody and you want to get your feelings out instead of bottling up inside, which will eventually worsen your condition and your mental health. So I guess it's better to do it
sooner.
Yes, than later.
What are some of your symptoms, if you don't mind sharing? What?
Like as in? Like,
how would like you know you're having one of those either attacks or
I feel like I would get very how do I say? What's the word?
hard to breathe?
It's not really okay. Yes, that I would breathe faster. I would be kind of angst. I would feel uneasy. I would feel uneasy. I mean,
you feel like your heart rate increases?
Yes, a lot. I mean, when I'm getting, say, like a panic attack or something like that, yes, my heart rate does increase. I feel uneasy.
I feel like the term panic attack is thrown quite easily nowadays, right? Like especially because it's become sort of a trend, right? How serious do you feel like panic attack is?
I feel like
how much does it attack you?
I guess if it's one word, I guess it would be detrimental.
Detrimental.
Yes, to your mental health. It feels like it's hard to.
Would you say like it's physical, the pain?
It's not really physical. I mean, somewhat. It's kind of because of the panic attack. It's hard to do things physically.
Right.
Right. Like, of course, your mental health will already be down by then. But at the same time, because of it, you feel like you can't move. Like you just wanna lie down on your bed in the dark or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Like once a panic attack seeps in, the first thing that happens is like you feel crippled.
Yes.
Like you can't move.
Yes.
Right. So could you maybe explain, if you don't mind, how the process feels like to you, to those who don't know, what a panic attack would feel like?
It feels like how do I say this? I broke my legs, and there's a railing that I could walk through, but
sorry, what?
Like there's a railing.
A railing, right?
That I could walk through, but I can't see. Like my eyes will open and close and open and close. It's like I can't like grasp on reality properly. Like I can't actually walk normally. I can't actually function. Yeah. Like it feels like I can't walk. I mean, your vision is not actually affected, but it feels like it. It feels like whatever you're seeing, it's like tunnel vision. Yes.
Those are all very real things.
Yeah.
It can be said like it is physical. You know, you're going through it. It's not just in your mind.
Yeah.
You're not a crazy person. You know, you're not mad. You're not weird. It's just that your mental health has been attacked.
Yes.
And because of that, you go through things that are real, that are that should be taken seriously.
Definitely.
Should be endorsed by the right people, by stakeholders, by our culture. It should be accepted, right?
Yes.
I'm happy to hear that your family was, at least accepting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there was like
the slight
like kind of, how do I say, like there was like a block,
a doubt.
Yeah.
Right. How do you manage to bridge this gap between, like, how do you manage to like open up? Like how do you manage to tell them that, you know what, this is a serious thing I'm going through, guys?
I think time. I think with time I realized that with a lot of time in my hand, a lot of thinking, I feel like I realized that this is what I was doing, which is bottling up and not telling anybody about it was bad, because I could feel myself getting worse and worse. So as soon as I opened up to my friend, it was a lot better. I mean, it felt good, and also some of the other people I opened up to, they could relate, which felt really comforting to know
And
that somebody is.
these people were like your age?
Yes.
Right, so you didn't initially open up to your family. You opened up to your friends first.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't really know it was a thing. Nobody really talked about it.
Yeah. That's the thing. And I feel like the younger generation, your age, like 16, 17, you guys are more exposed to mental health awareness.
Yeah.
I am 23 and I just learned about how serious some psychological problems are when I was probably like 21, 2 years ago, or like 20. So I think it's good that you guys have this exposure. What do you think was your first exposure to like understanding what mental health was? Was it like social media?
I think it was my friends. Some of my friends were getting pretty sad, pretty somber. They would act somber around school, like not very active, not very talkative, just go to school and
all
sleep.
these signs are like small signs.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I guess that was the first thing, but I didn't realize that when I was about to open up, the things were actually that
severe?
Yeah.
Right.
The feelings were actually that severe. Yeah.
Okay, last word for all those out there seeking for help, trying to reach out. They have family members who are not accepting, they have friends who don't believe that this is a real thing. What is your last message to those who are seeking to be better?
Can this be like an open thing?
Yeah.
Like, I can have like any input on this?
Any input, dude.
I guess if nobody in your life, like siblings, anyone that you can actually meet, in real life, believe what you're talking about, then there's a lot of websites, chats, hotlines online that you could actually go on and talk to somebody. I mean, I've used some. I've never actually used a hotline, but chats. There are even apps now. Yeah. So the internet can be very helpful. I guess whatever it is, you're just gonna have to go through it. I guess one way or the other.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was Danish Soo from SMK BU4.
Yep.
He's 16 years old. He's an awesome guy. Thank you so much for the interview, bro. Appreciate it, man.